All right, so there's no actual lesson for today. I'm just going to go over the answers to the study guide with you. Hopefully you've already completed both pages of the study guide. If you haven't, pause it now and do the study guide on your own to the best of your ability. Then come here to check it. And if you missed anything, you can see what you missed and why. So let's start with the sentence parts. Match each sentence part with its correct label in the box below. Write the letter on the line. So we're going to put A for subject, B for action, C for when, D for where, E for why, and F for how. Simple enough? Which one of these is the magic text can? I think this one. Okay. Examined the evidence. That is B, action. The astronaut is a subject, so A. Beyond the atmosphere tells where, D. Under the oak tree also tells where, so we'll put a D there. Let's see. This might be dying or dead. What's that? Might be dead. Do it on it. Okay. So, to solve the case, that is E, why. Floated is an action, so B. At the break of dawn tells when, that's C. To save the crew is another why, E. Weightlessly tells F how, that's an adverb. And with determination is actually another how. So moving down, it's the same thing except for it's underlined in a sentence, but we only have to look at the one part that's underlined. So number 11, the hurricane raged violently. Violently tells how, so our answer is F. The storm howled fiercely through the streets as it tore down the trees and power lines. That tells where, D. Rescue teams evacuated residents hastily from the flooded neighborhoods. Evacuated is B, action. The eye of the hurricane passed eerily over the island in a brief moment of calm. Over the island tells where, so that's a D. Emergency crews worked without rest to rescue stranded families tells us why they worked without rest. That's an E. As the storm surge swept rapidly into the city, homes and businesses flooded. Homes and businesses are nouns. That is our A, subject. 17. Meteorologists predicted the storm's path with surprising accuracy from the weather station 2 days before landfall. With surprising accuracy tells us how. That's an F. The hurricane gained strength unexpectedly due to the warm ocean waters tells us why it gained strength unexpectedly. That's an E. The waves crashed violently against the shore as beachfront properties crumbled. That tells us when. That's a C. And the wind ripped shingles from the rooftops during the storm's strongest gusts. Ripped shingles tells what the wind did. That is our action. That's a B. So moving on to number 21 on the next page or on the back. This time, I'm not asking you if it's a when, where, why, or how. I'm just asking you what type of clause or phrase it is. So it's either an A, prepositional phrase, B, dependent clause, or C, infinitive phrase. All right, let's see what we have. 21. The hurricane devastated the town before the residents had time to prepare. So here we have before, which could be a preposition, but it's actually not, right? It's going to want to do that for me. So here we have before, which could be a preposition. The residents had time to prepare. Well, that's easy because here we have both a subject and a verb. Remember, the residents had time to prepare, okay? So that is a dependent clause because it has a little subject and verb. Number 21, the storm grew stronger over the open ocean. Let's change the color so you can see it easier. There we go. Over the ocean. So this is a prepositional phrase. A. Rescue workers hurried to save as many people as possible. To save, if you recall, is our infinitive phrase, our first infinitive phrase. As the wind howled violently, windows shattered throughout the city. As the wind howled violently, again, we have as, could be preposition, but the wind howled violently. Here we have the wind howled. That's a little subject and verb inside the sentence. So we have another dependent clause. Nope, not A. Before the storm made landfall, officials issued mandatory evacuations. Before the storm made landfall. So before could be a prepositional phrase. However, we have the storm made landfall. So you should recognize that's got its own little subject and verb. And that is another be dependent clause. Number 26, the emergency responders worked tirelessly to help the injured. We have to and a verb. So we have C, an infinitive phrase. The winds battered the buildings along the coastline. That does tell us where. So we have along preposition. The coastline is the object of the preposition. So of course that is a prepositional phrase. That's bad. Families fled the area to escape the oncoming disaster. Again, we have to plus a verb, to escape. That is an infinitive phrase. So C. The storm surge swept through the city with terrifying force. With terrifying force tells us how. We've got with force is the object, right? So that is an A prepositional phrase. And finally, the floodwaters rose rapidly during the relentless downpour. During the relentless downpour, let's see, we have during and downpour, but it doesn't tell us what the downpour did. So that's a preposition and an object, right? So here we have another. If you have any questions about something that you missed, be sure to talk to your teacher today because the next time you come to class, you'll have a test. Good luck.